Hey everyone, welcome back to Teenager Therapy. I'm Gael.
I'm Thomas.
I'm Mark.
I'm Kayla.
And welcome back to the podcast. A rainy one, rainy season one. I remember how many times when we started this podcast we talked about one day like having hot chocolate or tea when it's a rainy day with a blanket. And we have still yet to do that. So maybe next year. Anyways, if you're new here, welcome to the podcast. We talk about our feelings, our opinions, and give advice on things we're not qualified for. So it's an incredible podcast.
Welcome.
No, it's so incredible.
No, it's really great. It really is. Like, we're one of the best, so you're lucky. Look, this one might be controversial. Please, if we say something offensive, don't cancel us. It's all about free speech, right? Like having great conversations. That's what we're all about.
This warning is already
please, okay, please work with me. Look, Kayla, do ugly people exist?
Well,
Careful.
Okay. I don't like calling people ugly unless their personality is ugly. Then I will gladly call them ugly physically. But if they're like a nice person, I won't call them like ugly physically. Even if I don't think that they're like attractive, if they're a nice person, I would never ever say that. But if they're like mean or I just don't like them, yeah, I'll call them ugly, fugly, busted, freak show. No, just kidding.
Damn.
I'm just going in.
Keep going.
But
that's a good answer.
I don't normally find people like ugly.
Okay.
It's very rare that I see somebody and I'm like, you're ugly.
Like because of their personality, right? Or are you talking
because
physically?
of their looks.
Oh.
Yeah. Like, I can't remember the last time I saw somebody and I was like, they're ugly.
Oh, wow.
Interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. Same thing with Kayla. It's like I would never outright just like call somebody ugly, and I like don't really think anybody's ugly. I just don't find them attractive. But if their personality is ugly, then I'm like, okay, they're ugly.
Yes.
But I don't think I've ever looked at anybody, even an ugly personality, is like, I've never really seen like a really ugly person. Like, yeah, there are ugly people because
of their personality.
Yeah,
okay.
But like, besides that, it's like, I don't remember the last time I was ever like,
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Mark, what about you? Same thing or?
I don't like calling people ugly. I don't. I think it's up to a person to think what's ugly and what's not.
Mm-hmm.
So to them, a person might be ugly, but to the other person, they're not ugly.
Interesting.
They're just like beauties in the eyes of the beholder.
Okay. Let me put it this way: is there a difference between ugly and unattractive?
Ugly and unattractive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say.
I think unattractive is just a better way of saying it. Like, it's they're just not attractive to you, but they're not ugly to everybody. It's like they're just unattractive to me.
No, because I feel like people find ugly people, or they can find ugly people attractive.
True. I like medium ugly guys. It's a thing.
But then
Okay, yeah, I don't like guys that are too attractive sometimes. So, yeah.
Okay, but then that's like, what the fuck is a medium ugly guy? Like, does that mean he has ugly features?
They're just not like super attractive. They're
Like perfectly chiseled faces and all that.
Sure, it's just like they're kind of mid, but they're
Okay.
so good.
Okay.
They're good because they're mid.
I have to agree.
But then that would make them incredibly attractive and like hot to you.
Well, but that's the thing. You can be attracted, but they could be ugly too. So that's where the difference of ugly and attractive
I think
is.
so, right?
Yeah.
And well, it's like, what even is like hot, cute, good looking, attractive? Like, it's all subjective.
Yeah.
It really is.
Subjective. It's subjective, so then it's like, yeah.
There is no right or wrong answer, I guess. It's just like, I mean, like, Kyle, what do you like? do ugly people exist? Like,
well, I'm trying to think.
We're all excited. To
I
hear
know.
his
Like,
answer.
let's see what he's gonna
Okay.
say.
I really want to think about this because I don't want it to turn into all of us saying the same thing but taking turns.
Well,
Because
Because
that's-
that is what it is.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
I know. So I'm trying to think, like, how do I actually feel? Like, if I was in a vacuum and I was thinking about this, like, what would I say?
Yeah.
Because sometimes, maybe I'm just like repeating what you guys are saying in order to not think. Do ugly people exist?
Don't let other people's opinion sway.
Okay, well, I wonder about the political correctness of this, but it's just like ugly means you're not attracted to them, or does ugly mean they're not that they don't fit the conventional beauty standards? But I don't know if I like to, first of all, consider ugly people as like, you're ugly because you don't fit the conventional beauty standard. That's some people's definition, and it makes sense. But for me, I feel like it's valid. I don't know. I'm like, Ken, if you don't find someone attractive, then they're ugly to you. Maybe not to the rest of the world. Like, they're not an ugly person, but they're ugly to me. I feel like that's fair.
So, like, if you're saying, like, if you say that you're not attracted to somebody, then you're saying that they're ugly?
To me, yes. And I think that's an important distinction, because outright calling someone ugly and that as just completely objectively is, I think that's harsh, because it's like thinking about what shapes that definition, that word for you, means you just have different beauty standards than others. So if I'm like, you're ugly, like, even to everyone, you're ugly to everyone. You're an objectively ugly person.
Wow.
No, right now I'm just
I was just degraded.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. I forget I'm like in your ear.
Oh,
right now.
yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. You're beautiful. No, but then that brings the other discussion is like, does ugly like genuine objectively exist? And I guess some people would say like, yes. Like, I don't even know. I don't think so. I don't think so.
Like, there's a distinction between like, these people are attractive. And
It just depends on your definition. Yeah. Like, it's just all so subjective, because if you're calling it like, if you say ugly means having like lopsided features and uneven features and overly large and unproportional, but then it's like, well,
Everybody
then
is
unproportional, but to what, right?
Exactly.
Like overly large compared to what? So yeah, I don't think it's fair to call people objectively ugly, but I do think it's like reasonable to say like, yeah, he's like ugly to me.
Okay.
He's not an ugly person, but to me, he's ugly.
I don't think objectively ugly cannot exist. It just can't.
Yeah,
Because
I
that
was
just
gonna
means
say.
that everybody thinks that they're ugly.
Yeah,
But
and
there's
doesn't-
bound to be like,
It's like art.
somebody.
And even then,
Yeah.
like, is a person really that ugly? Like, or is they're just not attractive to you? You know, like, do you look at people and you're like, ugly? Like, is that what happens?
No, I do sometimes look at people and think like, they're not attractive to me.
Mhm.
And if someone's asking me to describe like, oh, do you find them like hot? I'm like, no, I like find them ugly. As a way of saying like, I don't find them attractive, I guess.
Okay.
Will you say that?
Yeah, I know, right? Like, I feel like
I
that's
don't
just
go out
that-
pointing
I-
out like,
yeah,
he's ugly out of my way saying he's so ugly. He's
Yeah,
ugly.
but just the fact that you're calling someone ugly is
That's crazy.
it just feels harsh.
I don't think so.
It only feels right or okay when it's like warranted. Like if the person has
like an
done
insult?
what?
Like an insult.
Yeah, like if they deserve to be called ugly, then
Yeah.
okay, go for it. But if they haven't done anything, like I don't know, calling them ugly just seems too much.
Interesting. I feel like it's one of those things where we're all kind of like I mean, it's fair. Like if someone said like, they're ugly to me, like to me. I think that makes all the difference.
Yeah.
Because
I feel like that's
I could
still
respect
me.
that. I could respect that.
I think that's valid.
Yeah, I know it's like some people are like, well, that's so mean and all that, but I think it's good. It's like
Ugly is just such
An
ugly
word.
word. Like
ugly.
Yes,
like
I agree.
just say like, they're not for me. That's
Yeah.
all you can say, right? Like
Yeah,
you don't have
that
to
could be a
call
way
them
to say it.
ugly.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Have you guys ever been called ugly?
I hope not. I really hope not.
Or, like
I
maybe
don't-
when you were like a kid or something.
I don't think so.
That's messed up. As a kid,
Yeah.
I don't think so. As a kid,
I feel like somebody has probably definitely called me ugly.
What?
Are you straight
I-
up? She's ugly,
Oh,
Like, to
okay.
your
Well, I don't
face?
Oh no, not to my face.
Oh.
No,
You
no,
heard
not
it?
to my
but like
face.
said the actual
I've never-
ugly word.
Yeah, like she's ugly.
Oh wow.
that's so
I
mean.
feel like, I mean, that's a possibility.
I mean, there is a possibility.
I don't know if
but
I've seen it or remember it. I do remember
don't remember
times like where like
anything, but-
people would tag someone in my comments and they'd be like, "Oh my god, look at him," and they're like, "Ew, no."
Oh my god! Wait, what?
Oh,
Kyle, that's so fucked up.
Yeah, but the thing is, I respect that. Like, I think some people should be allowed to find me ugly. Like, I don't think there's
yeah,
anything
but
Yeah,
they
but
don't need to
doesn't-
project
Doesn't it hurt your feelings that they just like unnecessarily just?
to me, if you're asking for they ask you directly for your opinion, it's fine. If it's unprovoked and you're like, "Oh, get away, you're ugly," it's like, dog, I didn't do anything. But if like, "Hey, do you think he's attractive or not?" He's like, "No, he's ugly." It's like, okay, that's fair. Honestly, like I can't.
Okay.
Like I know we like, and this might just be because I'm not like, I guess, as considerate as other people. So maybe a more considerate me would be like, no, never. It's never okay. But even when people call me ugly, it's like, okay, I respect it. Like it's okay. It's your opinion. It's fine.
Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Just don't go around calling people ugly unless they deserve it.
Yeah.
That's my advice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you guys think you're ugly?
I feel like it fluctuates.
At times, yes. I think recently I've been struggling with my confidence a little bit, and so I've been feeling a little bit more ugly than pretty. Well, yeah, I guess I'll just say ugly for now. Can't find a better word. But yeah, lately it's just like I don't feel as pretty as before. So I don't feel ugly like all the time. But lately it feels like I've been feeling ugly more than I feel pretty.
Interesting.
And before it used to be the other way around.
Okay, that's an interesting point. Before we dive into that, I do want to tell you guys about our sponsor, Ana. They sell the cutest jewelry at a very fair price, and it'd be a great gift for Mother's Day. So go to shop.analuisa.com/teenagertherapy, spelled ANALUISA. And maybe buy your mom some jewelry or yourself. That's cool too. Yeah, be sure to use our code, by the way. That's always incredible. So again, shop.analuisa.com/teenagertherapy. We'll also put the link in the description if you want to check them out. I encourage you to, by the way.
It'll help them feel less ugly.
That's
Yes,
so true.
Thomas,
Wow.
yes.
Okay, no, it will help them feel more beautiful. Guys, please. Thank you, Ana Luisa, for sponsoring this episode.
That was just like such a funny placement.
Yeah.
Literally.
Okay, look.
I think some Ana Luisa jewelry will definitely make me feel more pretty.
That's so true,
But,
Kayla.
yeah.
Look, and you get 40% off. Buy one, get one 40% off. Isn't that just beautiful?
That's so beautiful.
But back to our point, Kayla. Sometimes you feel ugly when you're not wearing Ana Luisa jewelry, huh?
Always. It's always when I'm not. That's what I'm noticing.
That's so true.
And I don't have it at all, so that's why I feel ugly.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, up to you guys
Mhm.
when we get the jewelry. We'll show you how we feel. Okay, so yeah, there's times. Do you know what makes you feel ugly?
It's hard because sometimes even when I'm like, when I, get ready, I put in the effort, sometimes I still feel like, no, I'm just not feeling myself. And I don't know why that is.
There's something going on, right? Like I
Are you
haven't
feeling
figured
it
out.
too, Kyle?
Yes.
Okay.
I can't figure it out.
Yes, I don't know exactly what it has been, but sometimes even when I put in the effort, I don't know. I just don't see myself as like, oh my God,
Slay.
Yeah, slaying. And don't get me wrong, sometimes I do. It's not like I don't feel like this 100% of the time. But yeah, I'm just kind of stuck right now.
That's the weirdest thing. When you put you could put on the same outfit, the same makeup, do the same thing that you did last time, and last time you felt like super good, but then when you try it again, sometimes it just doesn't work.
Yeah, and sometimes it leaves
Right?
me feeling even more like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Like, why am I even trying? Like, I just want to go back into like what I was wearing originally,
Right.
you know? So yeah,
I feel
it's
you.
kind of difficult sometimes.
I feel you.
I felt what you just described. I felt that earlier today.
Really?
I had a fit. Like last night, I was thinking like this is gonna be a fire ass fit. I wore this last time. I felt good. I put it on this morning, and then it just didn't feel right.
It looks goofy, huh?
Yeah,
It
like-
just looks goofy.
A
You're like,
little
"What's
goofy,
going on?"
yeah. But I like in my mind, I looked at myself from a third person view, and I looked wonky. Like I looked like disproportionate. I don't know. I look like I don't know. It's just very weird and
It's goofy, bro. Silly.
yeah.
Now you need a new outfit, a
I
new go-to
do.
outfit.
I do.
Yeah. Dude, that's the worst. That's the absolute worst when you do everything right and you just still don't look good. And it's like, I look good sometimes at like the most random times.
Really.
And it's like, it's a common thing. Like, why does everyone look good when they're like washing their face at night and about to go to sleep? And everyone suddenly looks good. Like, what? Like, your skin is glowing. You look good. Your lips look juicy. It's like, what's going on?
You know, one thing that I realized too is like how you're saying, you know, like when you're washing your face and afterwards, like you look so good, and then I'll like try to take a picture and I'm like, oh, okay. It's like, oh, okay, well, that just does not exist. Like I've just been imagining that like version of myself.
Literally.
Like I swear, sometimes like the person that I see in the mirror versus like when I take a picture of myself, it's completely different.
It is. It's crushing. It's
so
crushing. It's like, I want that version. And I
Yeah,
get this. I'm
right?
like,
Yeah, no, so that's super discouraging also. It's like when you think you look good and then you try to take a picture and it just does
doesn't
not
work.
turn out the way that
it's
you
so
want it.
funny when you're posing and like you're like doing your little poses and you like
Mhm.
have an image of how you look. You're like, oh, I probably look so good right now. And you
Yeah.
look at the pictures and you
Yeah.
look just silly as fuck. Like just this goofy ass dude posing. I'm like, what the fuck? That's not how I imagine myself.
No, literally.
That's the most soul crushing part about taking pictures. Oh my god. I mean, in my experience, I don't think I'm ugly. I think there's people that are less conventionally attractive than I am, according to just like, you know, the current beauty standard. I don't think I'm the most attractive person either. I have my good moments. People tell me I like might look better in person, which sometimes is hard to believe because I like look at my social media and I'm like, I don't think I look like that. Which is interesting, but yeah, I guess I have that relationship with myself where I don't think I'm ugly, but I don't think I'm attractive. I just know I'm like in a good place. Like I won't have trouble, you know, finding a boyfriend or something, and I won't have trouble just taking pictures. Like I'll be okay. And that's more than enough. Like I'm not gonna go out and model. But you know, I'm not gonna be crying about like, oh, I'm so ugly, I'm terrible. Although sometimes I do feel that way. There are like a lot of times where I just feel absolutely repulsive. I'm like, dude, what is wrong with me? I feel
No, I
so
get that.
gross. I
I
feel like
get
I'm
that.
fucking ugly, like lowest bottom of the barrel. And I don't know why sometimes I feel that way. Like it's like you said, Kayla, no matter what I do, like I wash my face, I shave, I like do my hair, whatever, and I just like, why do I look like that? Like it just doesn't, I don't look good. But yeah, I guess that's my relationship with myself. And also, I like to tell myself not to compare myself to like these beauty standards. And I guess I do my best to just embrace myself and my face. Like if my nose is big, I'm like, okay, that's fine. Like it's, you know, why should I, like, if it was in a vacuum, I saw a TikTok or something that was interesting. That was like, if you just looked at yourself without any knowledge of any other human being, would you think you're beautiful? And it's like, you know, there wouldn't be any reason not to. So I guess like just fully learning to not compare yourself is the key to feeling absolutely beautiful.
That was really good.
Well, I feel like I feel a little differently than everybody else. I feel like I've been the most confident I think I said this before on the podcast, but I feel really good about myself, both like physically and mentally. And I'm not sure why, because I do not think I'm like super, super attractive, but I also don't think I'm ugly. And I feel like a big part of it just kind of has to do with like embracing everything for what it is. Like when we were talking about our bodies and stuff, it's like, it's not amazing. Like it's not the ideal body that I want, but it's my body, and I have learned to appreciate it for what it is. Like, I feel like for the most part, I am a conventionally attractive person. But there are things about myself that I don't like, but I have learned to kind of accept, and I'm learning to like more. So I don't know.
He's so real.
I don't know. Like I feel like I'm a pretty person. Like
Yeah.
I look
You
in the
are.
mirror a lot. Thank you,
Yeah.
Kayla. I look in the mirror a lot. I do take a lot of selfies. I don't know. Like I feel like I put so much work into my appearance, and like kind of trying to perfect it, that if I don't like something about myself, then I'll just like try and find a way to fix it, or find a way to like make peace with it.
Interesting.
That's
yeah.
good.
I mean, yeah, it's good you think like that. Do you go through phases where you're like,
Oh
I'm
yeah,
so
for,
ugly
yeah,
right
for
now?
sure. This isn't like how I feel all the time. Sometimes, usually what sparks this is a bad photo. Like if someone takes a photo of me and then I see it and I'm like, oh, whoa, I do not remember looking like that. It does send me into a little bit of a meltdown, like a mini meltdown, where I'm like, is that how I look? Like, oh my god, I was literally walking around for hours looking like that, and it's like, oh, like, is that how people see me? I just have to not give in to those thoughts, because it does nothing good for me. Like, it literally will only destroy my own like perception of myself, and it's just a waste of time. So I know that I'm not the most photogenic person, nor am I the most attractive person, but in my eyes, I have to be. Like, I have to feel like I am the most attractive person if I want to, like, feel my best self. Like, if I'm always comparing myself and always thinking, like, ugh, I feel so gross today. Like, ugh, like, I'm like, why? Why would I put myself through that? So yeah. It sounds very healthy. It is very healthy. I wasn't always like that. I remember I like literally cried myself to sleep every fucking night for like 17 years. Just thinking about how much I wanted to look like some stupid white boy on Pinterest, like, you know. But I like who I am, and I like how I look.
Yeah, that's good. I hate the European beauty standards, and it's very true. Why, like, people are always like, I feel like if you're white and have those, like, you know, very white looking features, you just have to look average and people will like drown over you. But if you're like a POC, you have to be like exceptional, or else people won't pay any attention. Which is so unfortunate. So to all of our fellow people of color, I hope you know you're beautiful. Yeah, I think it's interesting seeing all the different types of beauty that exist in the world, and all the different features, whether it's like a big nose or a crooked nose, big lips, small lips, big eyes, small eyes, whatever. It's all very unique. And yeah, the idea of just learning to embrace your features and make them work for you is nice. Yeah. You know, sometimes it gets tempting. I'm like, you know, maybe someday I should get like plastic surgery to not be lopsided. But then I'm like, it's okay. I don't need it. Like, I'll be okay without it. So embrace who you are. That's so good. That's so good.
Very inspirational.
I know. Yeah, I think some people consider themselves ugly. I don't know. I wish even one of us maybe had like that point of view where it's just like, yeah, I think I'm ugly. Just, I don't know what that would look like. I wonder what it must be like.
I mean, I thought we all used to feel like that.
I feel like I had ugly moments, but I don't know if I'm necessarily
like you've never gone through a period in your life where you're just like, I'm ugly. Like,
yeah,
you know,
I think
like
so,
I feel like most people, I mean, especially like,
maybe,
you know, when you're like when you're like a younger teen, like in middle school, probably you're just like, I'm ugly, you know.
You know, recently, like every time I take a picture, I look at it, I'm like, I'm so fucking ugly. But then I'm like, it's okay though, and it's just fine. I'm like,
you just have to add
fine.
that it's okay though.
Yeah, I'm like, I like just laugh. I'm like, bro, I'm so ugly. It's okay. That's fine.
Okay.
Like, it's fine. I don't care. I'm so over it. I'm like, I accepted the fact. I'm like, it's whatever.
Hopefully this phase ends.
And
soon.
yeah, as soon as I get a perm, I'm sure it'll end.
Again?
And I Accutane. And I'm at 8% body fat. So
that
There you go.
8%.
soon,
Like,
of course. Yeah. Of course I want a perm, but I swear that shit's like a lifesaver.
wait, when are you getting it?
As soon as my hair grows out long enough.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah.
The side too?
I hope so. Or, I mean, just normal.
Mm.
Yeah. Anyways, not to make it about the perm. But yeah, guys, I don't know. Love yourself, accept yourself for who you are, and try not to get stuck on like white-centric features, because even if you're indigenous or from other parts of the world, they all have really interesting features, and there's beauty in that. I mean, you never know. Like, you might regret getting a nose job, because what if the beauty standard changes and in 30 years, like, big noses are like super, super hot? You'd be like, fuck, now I gotta get it
Bella
reversed.
Hadid regrets her nose job.
That's so true.
Yeah.
Dude, oh my god. No, yeah, Bella Hadid looked so different when she was a teenager.
Dude, yeah.
Like,
It's crazy.
I don't know if she got a lot of surgery or it was just some magic. But yeah, like, I remember even looking at her, it made me realize, like, damn, like, plastic surgery can really completely change you.
I thought all she got was a nose job.
Well, I don't know. The pictures I've seen,
Mm.
I was like, oh my god, she changed a lot from when she was like 17 or so. But good for her. Good for her. Maybe one day we'll do an episode on plastic surgery, and if it's if it's really as bad as people say.
It's not.
Yeah, because I think
That's
it's like,
That's the short answer. It's not.
yeah, it's like customizing your character. I mean, why does it matter? Anyways, that's a whole nother episode about self-love. But thank you for listening. Follow us on Instagram at teenagertherapy, Twitter at teenagertherapy, TikTok at teenagertherapy. And thank you to Ana Luisa for sponsoring this episode. Remember, you can go to shop.analuisa.com/teenagertherapy. Yeah, maybe you can make your mom's day and treat her to some new jewelry pieces.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because of their buy one, get one. Get 40% off sale.
So you could get a matching piece of jewelry with
A
your
matching
mom.
piece at 40% off.
Mhm.
Wow.
Incredible.
And you guys will both feel beautiful.
Yeah.
Yay.
Wow.
When's Mother's Day?
I don't
May
know.
12.
Oh wow.
It's coming
No.
in quick.
I think that's the Mexican one.
It's coming
May
up. You
10th.
should get it now because it's coming up. Thank you for listening, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.